All right. Welcome. Okay, thank you very much for keeping watching our videos. I think that you are very fine this morning. You are at ease. You are on top form. Me too. I'm on top form. I'm very happy. So let us deal with our last lesson on phrasal verbs. I think that you have appreciated all the first, the second, and the third one. So here it is the last. It is the last. But if you ask me to continue, I try to give you some more lessons on phrasal verbs. But now for me, I think that if you master the last one, it will be helpful for you to master the other with the phrasal verbs. Alright, so don't waste time, let's go on our phrasal verbs. Okay, let us recap what we have just said, what a phrasal verb is. If we have defined in our process that the phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition or an adverb. Okay, in phrasal we can have sometimes 2 elements or sometimes 3 elements. All right, they are very easy. All right, and sometimes we have to, if they are transitive or we are either an object in your sentence. How can you deal with the phrasal verbs? So we have seen in our previous lessons dealing with the phrasal verbs. So if you don't understand something, you have to revise the phrasal verb on the third or the second or the first. So that is it. Let's go. All right. Today's lesson is okay. It is also the lesson 4. Okay, for lesson on phrasal verb. Okay, to let up, or first expression or first phrasal, to let up. Okay, to slacken or to lessen in intensity. Okay, to slacken or to lessen in intensity. Okay, to relax or ease one's effort. Also related to idiom, to take it easy. Example. If the rain doesn't let up soon, we won't be able to have our picnic. If the rain doesn't let up soon, we won't be able to have our picnic. Alright? When Mrs. Watara is working, she never lets up for a moment. When Mrs. Watara is working, she never lets up for a moment. Mrs. Watara should take it easy. Mrs. Watara should take it easy or she'll get exhausted. Mrs. Watara should take it easy or she'll get exhausted. Alright. The second element, the second phrasal verb, to lay off. To lay off is to abstain from, or to stop using as a habit. Okay, stop using as a habit. Okay, to release all discharge from a job. To release all discharge from a job. Okay, also related to idiom, to let it go. Okay. If you trying to lose weight, you should lay off sweet things. If you trying to lose weight, you should lay off sweet things. That's all. All right. If business continues to be slow, we will have to lay off some workers. If business continues to slow, we will have to lay off some workers. It will be necessary to let the youngest employees go first. It will be necessary to let the youngest employees go first. All right. See the third one. To bring out means to show or to introduce. To bring out, to show or to introduce. All right. To the public. To show or to introduce to the public, to make available something. All right. Most automobile companies bring out new models each year. Most automobile companies bring out new models each year. All right. My mother brought some snacks. My mother brought some snacks out for my friends and me to have. My mother brought some snacks out for my friends and for me to have. All right. To bring back, to return a bought or borrowed item. Okay. To bring back means to return a borrowed item. All right. Or we can say, you can take this meaning also, to take back or to bring back. To take back, to bring back. Okay, this is to return a bought a borrowed item. All right. To bring back is used when you are speaking at the place that speaking at another place. Okay. To bring back is used when you are speaking at the place that speaking at another place. All right. Kaiser, our store policy is that you can bring back the dress as long as you have your sales receipt. Kaiser, our store policy is that you can bring back the dress as long as you have your sales receipt. All right. You can borrow my car. If you promise to bring it back by 6 o'clock. You can borrow my car if you promise to bring it back by 6 o'clock. Right? I have to take this book back to the library today. All right. To wait means to wait until late at night before going to bed. To wait until late at night before going to bed. I don't wait up for. I don't wait for time. I don't wait up for me. Don't wait up for me. I may be back after midnight. We waited up for our son until 2 o'clock in the morning before we called the police. All right. We waited up for our son until 2 o'clock in the morning before we call the police. All right. Okay. To wait until late at night before going to bed. Okay. To wait up for means to wait until late at night before going to bed. Okay. Don't wait up for me. I may be back after midnight. Okay. We waited up for our son until 2 o'clock in the morning before we call the police. All right. Okay. To leave someone or something alone. To live alone or to leave someone alone or to leave something alone. All right. Not to disturb or to stay away from Okay. To leave someone away. To leave someone alone or to leave something alone means what? Not to disturb, not to stay away from or not to disturb. Also to let alone. To leave someone alone or to let alone. Okay, leave the baby alone for a while and she may go to sleep. Leave the baby alone for a while and she may go to sleep. Yeah. After the cat had scratched twice, he let it alone. Okay, after the cat had scratched Peter twice, he let it alone. All right, let alone, and certainly not. Also not to mention, to say nothing of, not to mention, or not to say nothing of. Okay, let alone means and certainly not. Let alone and certainly not. Okay, it can also take this meaning, not to mention or not to say nothing of. Alright. Let alone is used after negative forms. Examples that follows let alone is much less possible than the example that preceded let alone. I'm too sick today to work in the kitchen. Let alone to go to the zoo with you. I'm too sick to work in the kitchen. Let alone to go to the zoo with you. He doesn't even speak his own language well, let alone Turkish. He doesn't even speak his own language well, let alone Turkish. He doesn't even speak his own language well, let alone Turkish. All right. To break off. To break off means what? To break off means to terminate or to discontinue. To terminate or to discontinue. All right. After war began, the two countries broke off diplomatic relations. After war began, the two countries broke off diplomatic relations. Zalisa and Bob were once engaged, but they have already broken it off. Okay, to break off means to terminate, to discontinue, to terminate, to discontinue, to break off, to terminate, to break off, discontinue. To break off, you know what break is, but here break off to terminate or to discontinue. You are doing something and you stop doing something. Okay, yeah. After war began, the two countries broke off diplomatic relations. You see, Zalisa and Bob were in once engaged, but they have already broken off. All right. To disappear gradually. My headache isn't serious. It will wear off after an hour or so. My headache isn't serious. It will wear off after an hour or so. The effect of the pain-killing drug didn't wear off for several hours. The effect of the pain-killing drug didn't wear off for several hours. All right. To wear, all right. To wear down, to become wear gradually for use. Okay, to wear down, to become wear gradually for use. Okay, also to wear away, to wear through, etc. Okay, compare with to wear out, to become useless from wear. In lesson 8, I think that we do this. All right, but here there is no need. Here we are going to leave it. All right. If you drag your legs and if you drag your feet while you work, if you drag your feet while you work, you work down your shoes quickly. All right. If you drag your feet while you walk, you wear down your shoes quickly. All right. The pounding of ocean waves against the coast gradually wears it away. The pounding of ocean waves against the coast gradually wears it away. Okay, John has run through the seat of his pants. John has run through the seat of his pants. All right. Akishi threw away. Akishi threw away that dress because she had worn it out. Akishi threw away that dress because she had worn it out. All right. On the whole, in general, in most ways. On the whole, in general, or in most ways. By and large, you can say by and large or on the whole. That means in general, in most ways. All right. He is on the whole a good student. He is on the whole a good student. By and large, I agree with your suggestions. By and large, I agree with your suggestions. Okay. In general, in most ways. All right. All right. And the last one, touch and go, risky, uncertain until the end, risky, uncertain until the end. Okay. The complicated medical operation was touch and go for several hours. The complicated medical operation was touch and go for several hours. Okay. The outcome of the circle final was touch and go for the entire match. Okay. The outcome of the circle final was touch and go for the entire match. Okay. You see. Okay. In this lesson 2, we have seen some special phrasal verbs and some idioms. Okay. To let up means what? To slacken. I'm going to recap what I have said. Okay, to let up, to slacken, to lessen in intensity, or to relax, or is one's effort. All right. Or you can say also to take it easy, to let up, or to take it easy. All right. Okay, to lay off, to abstain from, to stop using as an habit, or to release or discharge from a job. All right. Okay, we can say to let go, no problem. It is the same. Lay off or let go. Okay, let go, to bring out, to show or introduce in the public, of course, to make available, to make something available, or to bring back, to return a bought or a borrowed items, or to take back, the same. All right. Alright. To wait up for, okay. To wait until late at night without going to bed. All right. To wait until later at night without go to bed. Okay. To leave something alone. That means that to let alone. All right. To let alone. Means that certainly not to mention to say something of. All right. And to break off. To terminate, to discontinue. To break off, to terminate, or to discontinue. To wear off, to disappear gradually. To wear off, to disappear gradually. To wear down, to become worn gradually for use. To become worn gradually for use. Okay, we are also on the whole. Yes, an idiom, an expression on the whole in general, in most ways. By and large, you can say on the whole or by and large. The same meaning means meaning in general or in most ways. Okay, and the last one was touch and go. Touch and go. This case, uncertain until the end. Uncertain until the end. So we'll stop our course here, and don't forget if you have some questions or you have some suggestions or any question, don't hesitate to write your question, or if you want to keep in touch with me, you have to contact me on this. This is my email, dramanukindo.gmail.com. Okay, see it here, dramanukindo@gmail.com. all right, and here are my phone number. You can send me a message, or you can call me if you have some suggestion, or you have to have more details, or you have to have special courses, private course. No problem, you can keep in touch with us, and we'll do our best to help you master everything this language. So it is a real pleasure. Real pleasure. We are share with you what we have. On the phrasal verbs. Okay, you have to watch all the 4 videos. Okay, the first, the second, and the third, and the fourth. Okay, on this, I think that it's not sufficient, but you have to try to understand this. If you have some more questions, you can ask me about it. Okay, so we'll all stop here, and you have to keep in mind that we have made a document on phrasal verb. All the verbs is more than 2,300 verbs document we have made, but soon we'll give it to you soon, of course. But we are still working on this document. Okay, I need many things from you. I need from you. Firstly, I need you have to pay for all our different countries. You know that right now, and we are all confined. We are at home due to COVID-19. Okay, so you have to take care of yourself, stay home. Okay, do your best, revive, do your best, because if you work, you will get what you want. You reap what you sow. And you mustn't forget that you have to keep practice, because practice makes perfect. So we'll stop here. Bye for now.